My name is Wenxuan and this is my project CND for DMGT702 class. Today, we all need to participate in virtual situation in some ways, and I found the current situation brings some subtle negative consequence to me and my family members quietly, because we all have to use the applications which triggered our time and scrupulously. For example, the application WeChat. This application is the assigned application for people who live in China to show their result of COVID test whenever they pass by public places like shopping malls or subway stations. WeChat is one of the most frequently used software or application for people to communicate in China. It has similar function to both Instagram and WhatsApp, and it added short frame, word video clip, and live function starting 2020. Then you'll find out the application set up so many queues to let you open up the short form video clips and let you scroll it up. This let me question, are some today's application designed from an ethical point? Instead of being treated as data from modern technology and passively indulging in entertainment today, people could have themselves and gain more control of themselves. I anticipate people enabled to be more conscious while using smart devices after adopting and practicing the new I introduced, structured diary. The new I want to introduce is the structured diary, which is a psychological self-analyzation strategy which enable people to observe themselves and recognize their behavior pattern and raise awareness of their lives. By keeping these self-observation diaries, people can know about themselves from a more objective view, which helps them rediscover the proper ways to achieve their personal goals. Also, structured diary can help you stop self-blaming when you fail to stop unwanted behaviors. For example, for some smokers with addiction, they are very aware that smoking is harmful to their health, so they often take some measures to force themselves to quit smoking, but often end in failure. Most people believe that the biggest reason for their failure to quit smoking is their lack of willpower. In fact, lack of willpower is not the main reason for their failure to quit smoking. Let's imagine when a person who has quitted smoking for several days would normally do when they appear in this situation. On weekend, you go to a party and your good friend take out a lighter and a cigarette case, hand it to you, and say, "Brother, give a face, smoke one cigarette, it's alright." You can't refuse this situation, right? Then the habit of quitting smoking that you have developed will collapse in a sudden. This is what situations do with behavior. If you don't have a smoker around you, if you can't see a cigarette, you can't think of smoking at all. So for quitting smoking, the most important thing, not whether you have the willpower, but whether you have created a smoke-free environment for yourself. I also use metaphors, catchphrases, and images help me frame the new. Catchphrases like digital well-being, or saying like, "I wasted time and now does time waste me?" According to Roger's 5 attributes of innovation, I think the new I introduced is the innovation to be adopted easily. According to Roger's book, Diffusion of Innovation, the chapter 8, I think my mom and I are homophilic because we hold similar beliefs that we all want to improve our self-efficacy. We don't want to waste time on the short-form video clips. She wanted to change her behaviors while she got tired at night, and she has no willpower left to refuse the provisional happiness, like watching the cute puppy video clips. However, my father and my young brother hold different beliefs from me. They think using the internet and smart devices are ways to entertain themselves. Video games, short-form videos, and others. But I saw my father hold cell phone to read internet novels for hours. I saw my brother play video games for quite long. I think they should think about and change how they use smart devices and try to use them as consciously as possible. Then I create a communication plan with following steps. Active listening to each of the adopters, what's important to them. Give early adoption stage incentives, the notebooks, with instruction of structured diaries to encourage them to use as the structured diaries. Also share my experience with using structured diary to change my usage of digital devices. Then I showed an example for them how they might write for their structured diary of changing their behaviors. As change agent, I hope the adoption could be self-sustainable, so I would do weekly meetings to follow up the progress. And we could also talk about and share of new behaviors we want to change and give feedback to each other. At the same time, people can keep their diaries in private and personal so they don't have stress to share to adopt other adopters. In the end, I want to say, although it seems effortless for today's people for us to use mobile devices, we do need to take time and study about them in order to use them correctly instead of being used by them. Thank you.